Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. Today we're going to get up and get moving. All you need is your body and a soft surface to lie down on when we do some mat work. So let's go ahead and get up, get moving. So first things first, let's start standing. Standing here, I'm going to adjust my camera here, but make sure you have enough space so that you can move around without hitting anything in your environment. So we're going to start just with a little twist. Let your arms be loose, moving from side to side. How big and wide can you make your arm span here? And see if you can just expand out in all directions. Now, let's come back to the center and let's open our arms wide all the way up in the air. And now we're going to start to forward fold. Bring those hands all the way down to the floor. Now, when you get down to the floor, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I want you just to wiggle your legs while you're folding forward. Wiggle those legs, bend the knees. You can let your arms jiggle too. Just let everything be loose. And then you can come all the way up. Let's bring those arms back up, reaching for the ceiling. And then letting yourself forward fold, reaching those toes down to the ground. And wiggle. Wiggle like jelly, bending your knees, wiggling your arms. And then let's again open all the way up to the sky. Reaching, growing tall, and forward folding all the way down to the ground. And wiggling. One more time. Let's open up, growing nice and tall. And folding down towards the ground. Excuse me. Wiggling, bending those knees, letting those arms wiggle, everything being loose. And then you can come all the way back up. And let's bring those arms out wide. Now, see how wide you can make your arms, reaching through your fingertips. Let's open the legs out wide. We're going to take a twist. And then one hand is going to reach for the opposite foot as you forward fold again. Let that other hand reach for the sky and your floor hand reach towards the floor. Find that nice stretch. Bring yourself back up. Let's take that to the other side. One hand reaching for the sky, the other hand reaching for the ground. Back up and again. And up. And again. Reach, reach, reach. One more time to each side. And all the way back up. Nice job. Take a second. Feel how you feel. Feel a little bit looser. Maybe a little bit bigger, wider, more expansive into the room. Well, let's take it over to the mat. So go ahead and grab your soft surface and you can lay down. All right. So let's start on all fours, on your hands and on your knees. Okay. Just adjusting my camera so you can see. Now, we're going to start to round that spine here, rounding that back into a cat pose here, feeling that nice stretch through your back. And then we're going to reverse that so your back now has an arch. into what's called a cow pose. So you can think of this animal as you're doing the pose, taking this into your cat pose, and into your cow pose. Giving yourself some nice deep breaths here. Let's take that 2 more times. Into your cat pose and your cow pose. One more time into that cat pose and into your cow pose. Nice job. Now we're going to sit back into our heels here, just like that, reaching those arms overhead and just reaching forward, letting your arms grow as long as they can, breathing into that. Give yourself a nice stretch here. And then coming all the way back up, and let's turn around. We're going to turn onto our backs here, and we're going to create a bridge with our body. So if you think about a bridge, how it has one piece that's up in the air held together by 2 pieces that are supportive on the ground. And so we're going to construct that same thing here with our body. So our legs are going to stay, our feet are going to stay planted on the ground, and our shoulders are going to stay planted on the ground. And our torso, the middle part of our body, is going to be that piece of the bridge that's up in the air. So let's take a little curl of our spine here as if we're just tucking our tailbone between our legs, and then we're going to lift on up, making that bridge. So you see how your feet are planted firmly, your shoulders are planted firmly into that mat, creating that stability, and then the rest of your body gets to be up in the air. Let's go ahead and melt back down, letting your whole spine return to the mat. And let's take that again. Taking that little tail curl and then lifting up, making your bridge. And melting back down. Let's make 2 more bridges with our bodies here. And last one. Now, when you're in your bridge, make sure that you can create a nice straight line with your body here, so everything feels nice and supported, melting back down. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a table with our legs. Now, the way we're going to do that is we're going to bring one leg into a tabletop or a shelf, and it's called a tabletop because you could rest something right on your shin here and it would just stay there like you would put something on a table. And let's bring that other leg up with it. So now we have a nice table. If we were to put something there, we'd want it to stay. So let's create stability through that space. Now, the rest of us, we're going to bring our arms up and we're just going to float those arms overhead, out to the side, down towards our toes and back up, making big circles with our arms while our legs stay in our tabletop. Let's make 2 more circles. Make sure you keep your spine nice and heavy on the mat. Let's reverse those circles. Two more. Hold that table steady. If we were to put a glass of water on that table, we wouldn't want it to fall down. And then go ahead and rest those arms. Now, let's come to our legs. One leg is going to stay in our tabletop while the other leg just kicks straight out and back into our tabletop. Same thing to the other side. straight out, and in our tabletop. Now, while you're doing this, what's the rest of your body doing? Is it able to remain still and steady, or is it wobbling and moving around? See if you can keep it still while you just move those legs. Let's take one more to each side. And bring those legs back down. Let's take 2 more bridges. There's one, and let's take our second one here. Nice job. Let's go ahead and sit on up. Next, we're gonna make ourselves into a ball and start rolling our bodies like a ball. Now, how are we gonna do that? Let's bring our hands behind our thighs. We're gonna bring our legs in that same tabletop position. So go ahead and make a tabletop with your legs and allow yourself to stay seated. And now, just like a ball, we're gonna start rolling back and forward. Back and forward. Taking it again. Pausing when you get on up. Let yourself hold here. See if you can keep it steady as you breathe. And then take it back again. Woo. Rolling and pausing. Rolling and pausing. 2 more. Rolling and pausing. Rolling and pausing. My equipment's a little squeaky. Let's take 1 more just for fun. Rolling and pausing. Nice job. All right, let's turn over onto our stomachs. I'm gonna tilt my screen down a little bit. So let's go ahead and lay flat out. Arms outstretched, legs outstretched like you're a superhero flying over the city that you live in or the place that you live in, just thinking about flying in the sky over that space. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift those legs up a little bit. And I'll scoot up so you can see. We're lifting those legs up a little bit. We're lifting our arms up a little bit, and we're just gonna hold that and breathe. Now let's flutter, both of them together, in space. Arms and legs just wiggling here in the sky as you're that superhero flying over the town you live in. And rest. Nice job. Now, let's go ahead and come all the way up, just like we did before. We're gonna sit back into our heels, reach those arms out, and take a breath. Nice job. Now, let's go ahead and find a cross-legged position, just sitting on your mat. So, legs are crisscross. And let's bring one arm to the mat. Other arm is just gonna be out in space. We're gonna lift that arm up and take a big old stretch to the side. Breathing into that stretch. And then let's take that to the other side, as if you're making a rainbow with your arms, taking it all the way over. Deep breath. And again, let's make that rainbow, bringing it up and over. And again. Now on the next one, as we make our rainbow, we're gonna give it a little twist as we take it up and over. See if that feels good in your body. We'll take that to the other side. Little twist. Let's take one more to each side. Nice job. So, our next stretch, you can either keep your legs crisscross or you can bring your feet together, opening your knees in whatever degree feels comfortable for you. So, whether you want to keep your feet together or if you want to have your knees crossed, we're just going to reach our hands out in front of us and start to lengthen forward. Nice and long. And then stacking ourselves back up. Let those shoulders drop as you do. And let's take that again. Starting to take yourself forward and lengthening through that spine all the way back up. Let's take that one more time. And then let yourself relax. Let's go ahead and stand back up. Okay. So, we started class here, standing up, moving our bodies. We're gonna finish in the same way so we can just see how much looser and better we feel than at the start of class. Now we're gonna start by just bouncing on our feet. Let everything be loose. You can shake out one arm. You can shake out the other arm. You can shake out one leg, the other leg. Maybe you wanna shake out both arms and one leg. Or both legs, both arms. Maybe your head wants to do a little shaking too. Let your body move. Or if you want to, you can just bounce on your feet. And then let yourself rest. So, just like we did when we started class, we're gonna reach those arms all the way out, up towards the ceiling, and then dive down towards the ground, reaching for your feet. And then let your legs wiggle. Let your arms wiggle. Let everything be loose. And then you can take yourself back up. Let's reach those arms out, all the way up to the sky. And then diving down towards the ground. Reaching for those toes and wiggle those legs out. Wiggle those arms. You can even slowly shake your head from side to side while you're down here. Let's do that one more time. Let's go ahead and open those arms, reaching out and up towards the sky. And then diving down, all the way down towards your feet, towards the ground, and then start to wiggle. Let everything be loose. And then you can go ahead and stand back up. Whew. Shake it off, shake it out. Let yourself wiggle out any little bit of tension or whatever wants to move out of your body. All right. How do you feel? It was so much fun just to take a break and to move, to get a little silly, to get a little wiggly, and to roll around. Sometimes movement can help us feel better, and it's so good for the body to get up and just move. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise YouTube channel. Take care.